Hey everybody, I hope that you're all doing well today. Big week on Capitol Hill for me. It's like my transportation and infrastructure Super Bowl. It's something that we work on every couple of years, known as the Water Resource Development Act. This is hands down the biggest piece of legislation that I work on each and every time that this comes around. It's massive for our district. This is the piece of legislation where we authorize things like the EAA reservoir a couple of years ago. That reservoir south of Lake Okeechobee meant to take water, store it, clean it, convey it south where it's supposed to go instead of having toxic discharges out of our coast. It's the bill that we authorized the redo of what was known as LORS into what's known as the Lake Okeechobee System Operating Manual, that new manual to manage Lake Okeechobee so that we can not get toxic discharges out to our coast, right? And we've authorized so much infrastructure there. It is a huge piece of legislation for our district and really for around the country. It is the piece of legislation that authorizes all U.S. Army Corps of Engineer projects around the country, and that is the piece of legislation that in the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee we will be marking up tomorrow. So and to give the nuts and bolts of how this works, right? We mark something up in committee first, that committee, and then later it will come to the floor of the House of Representatives, and likewise the same thing will happen over in the Senate. They will mark that bill up in the Senate, or rather in the committee for that in the Senate, and then it will come to the floor of the Senate. And if there's a matching bill for both of those in the House and in the Senate, then they'll get married between the two. They'll usually call it a conference report, or they'll conference the two of them. And that's a little bit about what will happen moving forward. So we will move it through committee, and we have a number of projects that we're looking to get into that as we do each and every time that it comes about. We'll move that through committee, then it will go to the floor of the House of Representatives. We'll vote on it, and then after that, we'll work to marry the Senate version and the House version, and then have another vote on that and get some of those great infrastructure projects that are great for our South Florida waterways and stopping those toxic, harmful discharges that a number of entities love to deny even exist. Unfortunately, that's the battle that we fight, but we're going to keep fighting them. In that, as always, an honor to represent you. Look forward to being in that fight tomorrow on that, and I'll let you all know how that goes. Y'all take care.